Hi, and welcome to TAMAPTA. I'm Lawrence Rogers. Today's show features two well-known ladies who live around this region. First, Agnes Semmler of Inuvik tells of her travels and living around the Beaufort Delta region of the Northwest Territories.
The first year we lived in a tent west of Copper Mine. We lived in a tent with a snow house. That was our first house. Then we moved a couple of years. We moved to Cape Coonstern, and then we moved to Napoleon. Well, it was hard because somebody always had to be home. You couldn't leave the place. Somebody always had to stay home. You couldn't just go anywhere you wanted to. But it wasn't too bad because we went to Clavik lots of times by boat and by canoe, and so it wasn't that hard. It wasn't too hard because of for a couple of years we got a helper from down south, and his wife was a school teacher. So she taught school there. We made little log house, and she taught school in the little log house. And the kids went to school there, and then around there, like Maureen Rogers and them, they went to school there too. They stayed at old Amauk's place, old Alice Simon's place. I did one time when Beverly was a baby. That was in the east. When we were living at Cape Coonstern, I was home alone, and she got, I don't know what she had, she must have had dysentery, she must have had something, which is a baby. And I was all alone there. I didn't know what to do, and we always had medicines. That time the government, at first there was no medicine there, no kind of medical assistance or anything until my husband went to Ottawa, and he talked to them there that we got to have medicine in the east there because there was nothing there. So they sent us a whole supply of everything and a big doctor book on top of it, and so that we could doctor. I played doctor, and so we could doctor all the sick people that came around and asked for medicines. So I dug out that book, doctor book, to see what her symptoms was, and read up on it, and then we had some medicine that was kind of dangerous, especially for babies. But it said you have to watch them. When I gave her one of them pills, I cut it up in 4, gave her a little bit of it, and she pulled through. All by myself, prayed, had the Bible on her, had her on the kitchen table. That was the closest that I ever got to losing any of the children. Oh my goodness, the Delta was just full. There was people all over. Everybody lived in the Delta. Everybody lived in the bush. They didn't live in town. They didn't live in the Clavik. They all had their camps out there, camps all over. We had a post there at Napoyak, so they didn't have to go to a Clavik. They just came to Napoyak. Only usually for Christmas and New Year's, everybody went to a Clavik. It was mostly Inuvialuit people. Just an odd dene, like there was Joe Gully over here. And just an odd dene lived in the lower part of the Mackenzie. In 46, wasn't many den, hardly any den at all. They were all Inuvialuit. Transportation was all by dog team, like in the Western Arctic, it was all by dog team. And then when Inuvik got built, then everybody came here to work for wages. All the workers come. Anybody who wanted to work moved here. Because I remember we all lived on the first year, we lived on the riverbank. And the rest of them lived in tents on the, covered with snow. We lived in a tent where in this old playground up here. The playground up here, we lived in a tent. Boy, it was cold when it was freezing up in October, all frozen up. And it was really cold. You had to get up and make a fire in the little tent. And finally, the night watchman, we had an old Frenchman, the night watchman. And he come visiting, and then he says, "You still up here?" "Yep." And so he went down, he told, old man had a store down there on the beach, little store, little place he built down there. So went down there, he says, "You better get something built. She can't live in a tent all winter." So when Buck and Evan came back from the dew line, they threw up this little house, this little part here. They threw a part and they were still working. I moved in there, even they were building around me inside. It just had the thing, and so that I moved in there. Boy, it was just like moving into a big castle. So they stuck, I have to tell you the story about my first electric washing machine. From the wash tub, I graduated to, when we moved out to Napoyak in 48, we ordered one of them Eaton's washing machines, some wood ones. I had that on top of our scow. Just proud to have a washing machine. Then next we moved to a gas washing machine. At Napoyak we bought a gasoline washing machine. That nearly almost killed our cat and everything because we had no outlet. An outlet nearly killed the cat. When I seen the cat floating around on the floor there, I thought, oh my God, no wonder my head is sore. So we had to fill an outlet to that, so that was just fine. Then everything was under control. Then we moved to Inuvik after, when Inuvik got started. In 48, I guess we moved here. 46 or 47, in that period we moved here. And they built this little house down on the beach there for me, and they stuck one electric light bulb in there. There was no light. NCPC was just building too. And they stuck a wire so I could have a light in my house. Then I bought a second-hand washing machine, electric one. Then I thought I was really in heaven then with the electric. Everything came from that little one bulb. The washing machine in the middle of the floor. So that's when I got my first electric light in. Well, the changes, I don't know if it's for the good or for the bad, but as far as what I see now, I think we were way better off in our time, the way we raised our children out in the bush, and they got into no problems. There was no drugs, no alcohol, no nothing. And so, that time was better off, even if we weren't living up to the white man's standard of living.
Did you find it hard at the time being Justice of the Peace and knowing a lot of people in this area?
No, I don't think I found it hard. I think it benefited me. I was more open with them. They weren't strangers to me. I could talk to them. And I didn't feel like I was, that it was hard or anything. It didn't seem that hard to get into it at first, but because we had courses too, to begin with, I had to give up the Justice of Peace position when I got to be the Deputy Commissioner. No, I don't. It's not interesting, because I don't do anything. I don't do too much, you know. I prefer to be working at the Cope office or working somewhere else, you know. But anything like that, I can't, any political, like the Cope office was, I couldn't work there anymore because it's a non-political vocation, being a deputy commissioner. I'm honored to be one of them 5 persons. 5 women in Canada to get that person's award. Because I've always fought for women's rights and you know, whatever.
Have the values of the people of the North changed in?
I think very much the values of the North changed. The people, I think it's changed all over. It's not only in the North. We're just copying the South, where the value don't mean nothing. You know, trying to make something out of yourself, or like the kids growing up, you know, they don't see, it seems to me they don't see any value in living. You know, there's just nothing there for them. With all this, you know, like it is today with all this alcohol and drugs and that, I don't know what, I just hate to see what are my great-grandchildren going to turn out to be. You know, you just hate to think of it compared to what it used to be.
Now, Agnes Goose of Holman shows how she goes about writing her short stories and the making of some of her prints. Agnes was also recognized by the University Mount St. Vince for her years as an artist.
Uangaliasin atara Agnes Goose nanugak 1964 me uktok kanrak tunga titiraw yang nang mek ayok piagalo kungali uktok kanrak tunga tayuwanganin titiraw yat ka ukiut kapini titiraw yan nakalo agama sabak taw kalilaktut. Sunaniklikha titiraw yang naswala gama ang ngutingwat pitkayarib lugit alwasibulliw lugit ang ngutingwat titiraw yak palikhan raktat ka ame tay maninutaraw kaktilunga nutim apang man nutim ilisaw di yaking mga ang ngutinik iman na titiraw yang nangamig apang kangaksip kamaning mga tapkwat puikwit ka kanarap kita iwa titiraw naswala gama itkagilaktat ka type ko di sumagayat kami kiptilong apang ma ilisaw dutate. Tap ko aptaok nan mauyut tuktusiok to nan mauyut titiraw yan laktat ka aw yami tuktusiok ang amik ingilran sokaw tamin nigtupang ming niglo sunik napakutay nig sunabalong ning nan mawak pagtut aglat kimmate nuitang tumik pinirapkit kimmate kingwani pisuk pagtawalot inuit kingwani kimmate pisuk pagtawalot apang makuliak pagkaluagay tap ko ang inangnan magtuat tuktusiok tut titirang nirapkit tayo ngaglan nungul lang magigatak ibalamat. Mini sumaliong itpiak to galo yung anutip tayo mga anutim unip ka nganik saki malume apang malu unip ka ngit puigoit ka nirapkit unip ka ngin naktiro tayo ba sut ang uniak to alonin inuilonin inuni ako tamat ko ali ingilrang meu tamat ko at ingilrani pitko siya inuit puigoit ka narap ko apang malo saki malume unip ka ngin na iti untay ba sa bawak tunga ilumnin naktok titiraw yakpal tunga ahin ni iglok pang ni kuwa miloy ka ni piyuit tunga iglom ni wani na ko wit khiyarigap ko iglom ni sawagyak sak iman naptok taw habak pagtunga ubap kon koa mun habak pagtunga printer ko minaktunik habaw jibak tunga ilane ayoga nga tigik agitib lugit habat kiklugit piyuminaktainik piyuminaktay tigun agitit khiyanga pit printer pagay tuksak tok pagay koa batan hoyaita sabak sanik kinak pagtut ubanga iman na sabak sanik titirawyat ka iniranga ta sabak kanik ima kanak tungilawat ka titirawyat ka amigay ta inmingnik kinak pagay habaguminak tatik titirawyak hila amigay ta kinilak pagat habaguminak taktik titirawyak ko nahadlo nga pititirawyat kapinik inakigalo nga ma titirawyak hat nga pit una titirawyak hibito yung titirawyak huita ka ikang nang nakapinit titirawyak huita ka kailamig inakpagta magpiraning niwak tuyo ito nga koab mintay ka nga koab magpiranik tuyok nga yung tay ka nga titirawyak saktok pagtungalo titirawdik saktok pagtungalo talwaking ulang may makunang nga tuyo hiyak tay nakto nga uri saktak tunik uwap kun uwap nga vialuk tuyo siyak to nga magpiranik titirawyak kat hibul lang migtay man titirawyak palik ka maptuak to titirawyak kat atok pagkalog kat ka nakuyot titiraktak to uri saktak tulo kang masin titirawyak kat saluk kat uri saksarit to pibalaktat ka makunang nga si tuyok taong miga makakukpiak to nagtadya pero walang miyong ukwat mingulo print yun min ukwat imatit titaraw tigilok pagkat kamakwa printang nang mon ihwat kiyawang mata tap ko atasin ay pait atukluang min matigik palang abaktat ka titaraw di type alubog ko adunipkat titaraw yak simayat ka it kariyat kali it karigangap kit sunat yanip kalak pagkat ka titaraw yak lumidlo ilani ito maliyong mit kalawak nga titaraw yak pagtunga ukwat nutaraw gap tatay mani anirangap ta Inuvialuit anirangap ta unnuk tildugo tak silak tildugo anirangap ta nubuyay tarangame kiyokoyak nagilis mabisi akalingat tapkwad uwin miyok soklugit kumiyok hakawit kagligangata aputining milok tok pagkabot milok tokangap tigig kaglilok uwin miyok hak tumigli kagliyuk today kagligangata aputining milok tokangap tigig kulbahit hibak tudukwad ta kanon nutakkalle tam nutakawgap tu piuyaw di hibak tigo kiyokoyak milok taktualoy aputilak tungwak labil tu piyakalot ka sulita iba nutakkat ka titiraw yang nangamik ilisaw di yung magaluakit ka ilitsirit piyak to tayo batualok yang nutak kamnin walta titiraw yak palaktok suliin ako talom nitaw pilit kong nutakainin rak siluwain lo tap ko titiraw yak palang mayuk akikitut koamin uwang nga pigangap kit kisyanik asinot kablunan hawaga nga maubap kung talwa akito yung magpiwagan itkwat koap kut akikitut kablunanot kay himito niya kiyawa nga mauwam ni Vialuk akilak pagat akito yung magpiwagan makwali ingilwang nitangwat Inuit piyaw waktut kablunani werluak pat kiyaw yut kablunango nga may inuk nakakuhongin man titiraw yam na kuya gibang miyat ka ubap kuli uwangat sabari apkit pinnigak piakalugillo pingit ka luwaktat ka pinnigiga nga tigiglo kuya gilak pakat ka inuk tam na niyo weruktok apere baga ka ubap kuni huwak kakimay tumik kanukit tumik piyumabit kanukit tumiglonin inong miglonin nutak kaniglonin ang ngutiniglonin angat kwak tuniglonin ikigalwa kong angat kunik kanuglonit piyumabit. Talibat kablunapta puma tiliyin niktum ihumangagun habakpaktunga, ubanga ihumakutping nittunga. Talibat unip ka ang nakpagok tapkwag atawi maangat kum atolera me takulak pagkag inmin naktawi ma angat ko akluni takulak pagkag ungalam ngok tunganit kaya ulak pagtuk kilaw siyak lunan angat ko alerangan. Atoklune aulaw yatak lutigok tikilak pagkakangatayyuk ang nagtungang itak tayo nga klat kikdingak ik no ubang apok siliok pagtunga ubap kun inuit pingit kan nga ubap kun pok siliok pagtunga unip kanik pok siliok angama ubap kun iman na unip kat tebmun ubap kun unip kaksuit titirak-tikak nga ernem nig angayok lang magpilimik. Pilit kong nuliaring nig titirak-tilak nga ubap ko ni man natitirawit pibluwit. Keb nun unip ka nga tilibluwit tayo ba tayo maliblo nga puksiliok to nga kingul lang ni kakunang nga sibol lang ni kasin ubagok fala metiyilo ubagok puksiliok to tapkwat sungit tutunilitut manik sa kakataka matap ko nang asibol lang nin. Kingulit kisitaw ko at niriyok si mayat katikin niya ako naksiyot kagulon na ipagulon. Tamnap taok aulat si baklunigok angon aulat si mabaklunita kayume ukiyume. Nutimukan na kanayok agluamiluani aperiyagok inyong kanayok apasok kinali atkin kanadjungu kuya ayang uyan ate rawang nakugila kami yung puyok teleblugo ayang uyan ay munusok hektok ayang uyan ay munung nusok hektok kita kaligin laklan iglo minuti kilata ni puyok kaka utat saklan ni ko agluwa minun kanayaw apasok kinali atkin ayang uyan tayo maliw taklo niyo ukiyume tak sigami ukiyulak pok angon atak tam na puyok paklug. Tayo gok titiraw yak tinin ngok tayo ba pitkiyang ngok na kamin nga kulwang na kamin nga atsak tan nga gok tayo ba atiragok kolwasik sinaktuak na nugak tayo wak taktimigok at sakaan nga tayo ba titiraw yak tinin nga kolwak naklunga anno kaliyong niyak sungagok tayo ba piyut ubang nga upingingin minirap ko inmikot kanok tulik ka sabang niyakan
Here also is David Cortana of Holman, who goes and makes a living off the land. Thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the program.